আসসালামু আলাইকুম রহমতুল্লাহ। কি অবস্থা সবার? এখন থেকে ডিসাইড করছি ডেলি স্ট্রিম করবো ইউটিউবে। ইয়েটা ভালো লাগে না, করবো না, ফেসবুকে করবো না। ডিভিশন কত প্লেয়ার পড়ছিল তো খেয়াল করলাম না। আচ্ছা, 3 প্লেয়ার পড়ছিল। খবর যেমন সামনে থাকুক, মোটামুটি স্কোয়াড। প্লিজ सड़क का बराइब। Everyone please subscribe the channel. Subscribe.
Well, it is a game which in the grand scheme of things may not have too much riding on it, but it is equally clear and very visible that there is much pride around it. Chants are filling our ears, proud renditions of hymns and songs. It is the perfect soundtrack. And this place is living up to its reputation as one of the noisiest corners of the footballing world. No decibels spared in this collective chorus. As you can see, we've
First
already
match
started here.
হাতটা বসনে মাত্রই ঢুকলাম গেম। একটা ম্যাচ খেলে নি, একটু দেখে শুনে খেলতে হবে এই ম্যাচটা।
Looked like he tried to give it some extra whip. And here's Messi. And here's Son Heung-min.
Son Heung-min really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
And here's Messi. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest.
Well, a quick look at this lineup and Pavlov jumps higher than the rest.
He'll be involved in more or less everything they try to do going forward.
Yeah, he has all the ingredients to serve up something delicious, and we can feast our eyes on a truly great competitor.
Cross, goal, goal.
There it is! No space, no problem. You just cannot stop him.
Yeah, he won the
just
jostle,
cannot
and it
stop.
was a very good finish, and I think he'll go away feeling pretty good about that one.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, this should
Cara
allow
dilam.
them to be a bit more expansive, although they'll be watching.
Ei.
He's keen,
Pal
determined to have his
bachke.
say.
This is proving to be a very good spell. The intensity is great, but they've got to make it count.
Lam. And here's Messi. Passes coming off in quick succession.
Oui.
And Messi! That is wildly off target.
Messi knew immediately he didn't catch that to his liking, and his face was a picture of dissatisfaction.
Well, this man's contribution is, as you would expect, proving terrific.
Well, not only can a player of such high caliber show the imagination to set up
Aye,
a goal,
shot ta
but
ne.
he can also produce when the pressure's
Shot
on
nile
to
to
deliver a
goal.
big moment. This guy was born to create.
And it's Vieira. Nedved. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other.
Ki
And
marlo.
that's out of reach. Carvajal. Cruyff. Son Heung-min. Son Heung-min! He is desperate to get on the score sheet, but not this time. Now it's Nedved. Eto'o. It's Eto'o! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
And we have our very first corner. And he's gone looking for safety. And now a sudden chance to counter.
अरे Messi
A real chance if he can get
कहाँ
through.
जा रही हो?
There's no flag. He's had a hit.
अरे
It's there. They have hauled themselves right back into it.
it's okay, it's okay, it's okay.
That next goal now is absolutely crucial.
Terrific goal. What? And that is going to be the final action of the first half. A pretty decent watch this, and each side has contributed in equal part. Couple of very good goals for the crowd to enjoy, and a game which is right on the edge. At half-time, it's one each. So in they come for the break with nothing to separate them. The score 1-1. And we're already back up and running after half-time. Messi. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. And he's being shifted off it. Rafael
अरे
Leao!
double touch कोई.
Denied by an instinctive save.
Rafael Leao actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Carvajal.
ना मैच draw करा जाएगा ना. Comeback देते
Van
हैं.
Bouten. Tottenham are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape, certainly when defending at least, because they've got to be ready
Offside.
to hit them hard on the counter-attack, and that seems to be the plan.
The attendance for this match was 71,550
Messi. Now it's Eto'o. And here's a player who has defined a generation. That looks a cracking ball. Cannavaro spots it and intercepts. Gabriel getting this one clear. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Quality deserted them when they really needed it.
Oh, nicely intercepted.
আরে
Vieira. No, that
David
pass has
Stradley
been
ছিলাম
well
বলটা।
intercepted. Rafael Leao.
Oh, sweet feet.
Willian. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. It's netted!
আরে না দেখো
It's in! And again they hit the front.
Yeah, they were made to pay for not moving the ball smartly enough through a very strong pressing wave.
আলে রেডি দেন এখন কি করতেছ Thiago Almada, Messi, Son, Cruyff. Thiago Almadaর কার্ডটা কবে আসলো আবার
Substitutions taking place.
So the manager can make a change for the first time in the game here.
So we have a breakthrough.
Now how will things develop from here?
Yeah, it's been their hard work that has got them this lead, but I just wonder whether they can keep it up. This may take
কারা
a toll
দিলাম
now.
পাস
And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well
বাইরে
stopped.
চলে গেল
Now it's Cruyff. It's a pretty loose pass.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
Beckham. That
অফসাইড
has been
মেবি
knocked clear.
কি ডাবল অ্যাটাক কে দিলাম আমি তো দিলাম না
It's their
ও না
second
আমার
corner of
সিঙ্গেল
the
অ্যাটাক
game.
আছে আচ্ছা
And he's there to clear it. I think we're just about done here.
I think it's time for them to concentrate on closing this one out.
There will be 3 minutes.
That's been cut out. Well played. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And that is as far as it goes. What a game, what a show. Both sides robustly going about their business, and that has turned it into quite a spectacle. It's the sort of game after which you feel it's a shame anybody had to lose.
Like to inform you
Nedved
that
claiming the Man of the
CCTV
Match
is now in
award,
operation
and
24/7.
there is very little room.
इंडिया एटारे तो भरते हो इंडिया को बढ़ना पड़ेगा पाँच से भी अच्छा के 5-3-2 Okay, let's go.
Well, they say football's only a game, but you should try telling this lot. Without a doubt, it is the week's most eagerly awaited contest. A sporting event which has magnificent scenery as its backdrop. It is tribal, and it has aroused the most primal of instincts in so many of us. And we are glad to have you alongside us for it. Really is quite a sight to behold this. It feels like a big game, it looks like a big game. Mind you, they all do at this ground. If you're just joining us, we are already underway. Pride, tradition, the game neither dares lose. Now it's Rafael Leao.
Ito.
Well, talk about a real rude awakening. It's almost as if the defence saw nothing coming. They just didn't anticipate. On heels rather than toes.
Well, how's that for a class finish?
Well, he's a defender's nightmare. You try to send him one way, and he just slips the other.
They have what they wanted, the first breakthrough.
Well, the roof's just about stayed on, but the crowd level has gone up a notch or 10.
He won't be happy with that one.
Nedved really added the width there, thanks to his willingness to make the run.
Ito.
In he goes again.
And it goes
No
again.
mistake. Hot
No
knife through
mistakes.
butter. They have done it again. Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Well, listen, last line of defence and you don't get it right, then you're paying a visit to your net.
So that's two now without reply.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind
Hey,
you would
bag
have
at the
thought
bed
that
pass.
when the last one went in.
Now it's Eto'o. Messi, plenty to aim at here.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Passing is crisp and sharp. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. And here's Messi. Oh, that was vital.
Website.
Nedved gets flagged offside. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Almost half an hour in now. Rafael Leao. Rijkaard. Eto'o.
Easy goal.
Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined.
Well, the further he went, the more...
It's
Boom.
Eto'o!
Oh,
Rampant! And they're at it
what a
again
goal.
in double quick time. One sweeping move executed with deadly efficiency.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a...
ও সব তো দেখি ফর্মে কারা রাখে কারা খেলাম ও অপোনেন্টের তো কড়াইডি ইতুরেই খেলে আর যেমনা সেমনাই খেলে Let's go. Bye.
Well, they say football's only a game, but you should try telling this lot. Without a doubt, it is the week's most eagerly awaited contest, a sporting event which has magnificent scenery as its backdrop. It is tribal, and it has aroused the most primal of instincts in so many of us, and we are glad to have you alongside us for it. And this place is living up to its reputation as one of the noisiest corners of the footballing world. No decibels spared in this collective chorus. Well, if you did just miss it, we are up and running already.
Bad pass.
That pass isn't the best. Always onto this.
Again. I thought he was gonna make a run.
Disappointed with that.
But he didn't, bro. Oi.
It's always a pleasure to see Paolo Maldini take to the pitch.
So would say anyone who understands the defender's art.
Well, bias comes easy for me when we talk about one of the greatest pros. He exudes calm, elegance, intelligence, an Italian giant.
Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
No!
Red
Red
no
That's
messing about.
sucks.
It is red.
I knew that.
Well, there may be some scope for debate over
That's
the seriousness of
totally
the offence, but none
sucks.
over its repercussions. They'll have to see out the rest of the game with 10 men. Schneider. Looking for options for movement. Rafael Leao. Chiellini does really well to win the ball there. And it's Schneider. Luis Suarez. Shapes to shoot!
Shoot. No.
Would have been quick to recover this.
ম্যাচ অ্যাটলিস্ট হারা যাব না, ড্র হইলো করে রাখতে হইব। দেখি স্ট্রাইকার নামাইতে হইব। ফরমেশন চেঞ্জ,
Substitution on the field. Number 69.
There's a defensive height advantage here, Peter, but of course it's not guaranteed to work.
Number 9.
Yeah, they've got to find a way around this huge height disadvantage.
কি রে ভাই?
Rummenigge, the pressing's intense and it's paid off. Nedved, he's through here. Rummenigge. And once
Foul
more
na?
he proves rigid and robust. That's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Neymar. The ball is loose and the chase is on. Messi. Oh, he's been caught napping. Gone behind for a goal kick. And it's Messi.
Rummenigge really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to...
It's Luis Suarez! Rijkaard with the clearance.
ডিফেন্স এরকম খালি হয়ে যেতেছে কেন বুঝলাম না তো।
Rummenigge, well read. And
আর
the
বড়
danger
পাস
is
দে
averted.
ফার্স্ট টাইম।
Messi. Messi, very much a man of this moment.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Can he latch on to this? Nedved.
There will be 1 minute added time.
That's a throw. And there's the end of the first half. Well, there it is, half-time. Not a bad watch by any means. And the efforts of both sides have been good, but neither have been able to penetrate.
রেড
So we
কার্ডটা
reach the
খাইয়া
break,
একবারে।
and the game remains goalless. Some first-half thoughts?
Well, we've seen at times it can be harder to play against 10, and that seems to be holding true so far. Something I've experienced in the past, and with this sort of intensity and fearlessness, who knows, they might just get something they want.
Interesting half, just missing goals, so don't be surprised if the second half brings a change to the scoreline at the break, 0-0. And we're already back up and running after half-time. 0-0, and we're at the halfway point. And that's been won straight back. Passing nice and neat. Nedved.
Shot,
there's the
goal.
shot. It's loose.
Shit,
and there's a
bro.
race for the ball.
গোলটা হয়ে
Well,
গেলে
the
জিতে
keeper
যেতাম।
seemed to go into study mode then, and he's read it beautifully.
Messi. Driving on and making good progress. Has a shot.
ওয়াই
Now that has posed a few awkward
Luck.
questions.
Yeah, certainly could have been something
Bad
so
luck.
much more.
Well into the second half, and still there's nothing between them. Rijkaard. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he won't...
Messi!
এটা হয়
I'll be a bit disappointed with that.
Well, that was certainly bold, Peter. He's never short on confidence.
আরে ভাই রেডি দে কি রে ভাই কি করতেছ
We have got changes here from both sides, in fact.
Van Dijk. Number 14. Riker. Number 10.
Poorly directed kick from the keeper. He's given it away.
Number 5.
কাকে দিছি বল
David Villa.
Number 26. Davids.
Oh, we expected better, and so did he. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And he was alert to it. Vieira. Platini. And it's Maldini. Can he spark a counter here? Oh, that's a key interception.
Well, they deserve an awful lot of credit for their commitment to the cause, but it's a goal credit that would be most welcome now.
That's been cut out, well played.
আরে রুমি একটা ফালতু
Have beautifully policed that midfield. The opposition have been handcuffed. When you're struggling for numbers, you try to create that defensive compactness and conserve energy, but fatigue begins to play a much bigger role, and it may
Goalটা
well
দে
yet make all the difference here.
The final 5 minutes.
Well, both sides might have to settle for a draw here, although there's still a chance for one last fling.
Maldini promptly onto that, and that is that.
1 minute added time.
और
Now
ये
it's
जीता
Luis
मैचটা
Suarez,
ড্র
and
হলো
the referee brings it to a close. Frustration, exasperation, vexation, certainly from an attacking perspective. Neither side able to make an impression despite all the huff and puff.
চার এক চার চার আচ্ছা এটার মধ্যে তো অ্যাটাকে উঠতে অনেক কষ্ট হয়ে যায় বল হোল্ড করে খেলতে হইব এটার মধ্যে মিড ফুরে একবারে ব্লক হয়ে থাকে
Well, it is a game which in the grand scheme of things may not have too much riding on it, but it is equally clear and very visible that there is much pride around it. Chants are filling our ears, proud renditions of hymns and songs. It is the perfect soundtrack. And the matchday noise at this place is truly special. The pride, the passion, it adds to a massive sense of occasion. And as you can see, we've already started here. Beckenbauer kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Luis Suarez.
Luis Suarez!
That comes as a mighty relief. Alessandro Costacurta, he doesn't have what you'd call a classic centre-back's physique, does he?
No, but his game is never really about athleticism, power and the physical stuff. He never has to let it be.
Yeah, it's interesting because he's still become considered
Ah,
one of the
cara
greatest
dilam.
defenders of his time. How's that?
Well, it's characteristics like leadership, his class, his tenacity. He's nigh on...
Barella! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Good read, needed to be. Alarm. Neither side yet able to find the net. Rafael Leao. Maldini. And there's green grass ahead of him. That's a decent clearance.
We're seeing some really good pressure being applied here, Peter, particularly from those guys up front.
Yeah, and it just, I suppose, Jim, denies the others time and space.
Well, I would call it blanket suffocation. Every single player is committed to the press, and there's simply no way out.
Thuram cuts it out. Barella can see things others simply cannot. No luck with that dink over the top. Messi, and that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And it's Nedved.
Lofted
Luis
দিল না
Suarez. He's
হেডার
got all.
কি মারলো
Decent enough try.
Yeah, it's good movement though. A bit
Chi marlo,
unlucky
chi
he
marlo.
couldn't actually steer it goalwards.
Costacurta. And it's Neymar. De Bruyne. Beckenbauer. And Messi! Oh,
Easy goal
terrific
ছিল
save from
দিতে
the
পারে না
keeper.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that. The taker has to look for options because an aerial supply doesn't look promising here.
Yeah, they've got to find a way around this huge... Climbs up big! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Thuram clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
It's
ये
anyone's
क्या
ball
कर
now.
रहा है बैन चलो
Well, that is commitment to the cause. Corner number 2 then. It's a loose ball. Oh, he's been caught napping. He can run onto that. He is through here.
Shot
Luis
ne?
Suarez!
बाल নিছে
And that is doing no harm at all.
Okay, it's come to nothing, but it's a warning of further threat on the break.
Thuram. Looking tidy in possession here. Oh, good read. And there's the end of the first half. Well, there it is, half-time. Not a bad watch by any means. And the efforts of both sides have been good, but neither have been able to penetrate. And so we reach the break, and the game remains goalless. The midway point of the game.
Well, both sides have been full of effort, industry, endeavour, and the stats are screaming good things at us. So it's been a very good watch for the neutrals so far.
He rises!
Hey,
Oh, it's fallen loose
save.
again!
কঠিন সেভ দিছে
They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
Goal. Oh.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
And it's Rijkaard.
কারা দিলাম?
Threads one in. Cannavaro spots it and intercepts. Lahm. Nedved. Nedved crosses.
Well, that's the first attempt, Peter, we've seen at one of those raking passes just to spread the play.
Now it's Messi. And he's there to belt it away. Goalless still, neither side really getting onto the front foot. The ball is loose and the chase is on. Beckenbauer. And still we await the first breakthrough. Vieira promptly onto that, and that is that. Cannavaro with the clearance. Barella. Oh, good-looking ball. Rafael Leao. Now it's Luis Suarez. Luis Suarez. Defending of the desperate variety. Messi, very much a man of this moment. Now it's Nedved. Nedved! Thuram getting this one clear. And it's Luis Suarez. Now it's De
আর
Bruyne.
ভাই easy matchup.
Messi.
Barcelona merit full marks for their attitude and application in trying to win this. It means an awful lot, obviously.
And that was very necessary. Barcelona have it back and can go again. He's through here. And it's Luis Suarez. He's had a hit!
Finally.
He has done it! Finally the breakthrough!
Well, you can see what it means to all of them. A frustrating game, but now they have what they wanted, and they're rightly pumped and ready to go again.
And that really is so impressive.
I'm not making any
Substitute करने वाला और
apologies,
गोल
but
खाया
I was
जाऊंगा।
willing him to supply the finish, and he came up trumps.
সবাই স্ট্রিমটা একটু লাইক করে দেন।
So, time for changes on both sides
দেখে
actually.
শুনে খেলতে হবে এখন,
So the first goal
কারণ
of
এক
the
গোল
game.
তো টাইমও
It's
কম
so
আছে,
often the case with goal
খায়া গেলে
scorers,
আবার
little
শোধাইতে
influence, and all of a sudden,
কষ্ট
bang.
হয়ে যাবে।
Barcelona need to give it everything they have, kitchen sink included.
পাস দেয়,
Schneider. Can he finish?
ওই গোল দিয়ে দিতেছে।
Brilliantly.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
All hands on deck for this one.
এটা মনে হয় খায়া যাবো।
Header.
ওরা
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Now who's going to be first to this? We are into overtime. And that is as far as it goes. Well, that was tense. Boy, that was tense. The two sides separated by the game's only goal.
কত র্যাঙ্কের ছিল দেখি তো একটু। ও ভালো প্লেয়ার ছিল তো, 643 র্যাঙ্কের। আমার ইতুরে নিয়ে আসি। ইতু রেড খেয়েছিল গত ম্যাচে। পড়ছে। ইদু দেখে ফর্মে নেই, এক ম্যাচ বসায় দিয়েছি এরপরে ফর্মে নেই। ইটস ওকে, এটা দিয়ে গোল দিতে হবে। আচ্ছা, অপোনেন্ট অতটা ইয়া না, তারপরে ছাড় দিয়ে খেলা যাইব না। ছাড় দিয়ে খেলে সব অপোনেন্টের লগে বেশি হারি। ওরে এদিকে এমনি বাইরে গেছে। যাক, ভালো হয়েছে। কিরে ভাই, এটা কোনো কথা? এই 3 দাগ চা খেলি। কিরে ভাই, গরম লাগে কে? এটা চালানো নাকি? আচ্ছা, এটা নর্মাল আছে, প্লেয়ার ঠিক করে খেলতে হইব।
Well, they say football's only a game, but you should try telling this lot. Without a doubt, it is the week's most eagerly awaited contest, a sporting event which has magnificent scenery as its backdrop. It is tribal, and it has aroused the most primal of instincts in so many of us, and we are glad to have you alongside us for it. And expectations are rising, and decibel levels are rising. The noise is quite something. You can feel what football means to the people in this part of the world.
And already we're underway here.
না, পোলা ভালো খেলে। আইডি ভালো না, বাট পোলা ভালো খেলে।
Peter, it's not often I'll focus on the influence of a goalkeeper, but Vitor Baia is an exception I'm happy to make. Consistently strong and one of Portugal's very best players, never mind just keepers.
Yeah, I very much doubt his nation has ever had anyone better in that position. And that's been won straight back. Rafael Leao. Pedri. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy.
এই ম্যাচ আপ করলো না
Neither of these two want to come off second best. Lovely feet. Foden.
Oh, look, this is about as tentative as it comes. Hopefully, a football match will break out soon.
Has a
রান
look and plays
কর
it forward. That's been cut out. Well played.
ওহো
Eto. Nedved. Nedved couldn't quite force his way through this time, but boy, he had a go at it.
Yeah, definitely not much wrong with what he
Kuvarsky
tried,
put a
all things
beast.
considered. The defence were just well prepared for what was coming.
কুভার্সের কোনো কার্ড আছে না দেখবো আমার কাছে তাহলে খেলাম
Rafael Leao is sharing after that one. Nice interception, well timed.
এই,
Eto.
বাজে পাস
Foden. No way through. The ball is loose and the chase is on.
Palmeiras clearly are trying to establish themselves as a team that likes to retain the ball, Peter.
And it's a good watch, Jim, isn't it?
Well, it is, and it's always a pleasure for me to see a team move the ball in silky fashion like this. But you know what's coming next, Peter. It has to be with a mean cutting edge.
Well, that pass isn't the best. Lam works it forward. That has ended up in no man's land. And it's Eto. And no, that was never going to make it. Fiddles it through. And a goal here would be the ultimate pick-me-up just before the break. Played back in. Nedved. Lovely ball and a real chance now. Pau Kubasi did well to emerge with the
ডিফেন্সের ভিতরে
ball.
এত প্লেয়ার
That's a contest to keep an eye on. Pedri. There's the ball in. And the keeper beats it away. And the referee brings the first half to a close. Well, there it is, half-time. Not a bad watch by any means. And the efforts of both sides have been good, but neither have been able to penetrate. And so we reach the break, and the game remains goals. So your views on the first half?
It's been a pretty abject performance. No efforts at goal. I'm struggling to remember the last time we had that.
So we are still where we were at the beginning. It is 0-0 at the break.
না পোলা ভালো খেলতেছে
There's the start of the second half.
Well, both sides are eager to get going.
Kuvarsky
Here's
pure
hoping that
beast.
it's a good sign. Things are about to change. We need a little...
আই সেভ কি রে এটা
And he was there to get a vital
গোলকিপার এটা
touch.
কে ছিল
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
And we have our very first corner.
আই থিঙ্ক এটা গোল
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
And it's Messi. Passing nice and neat. Now it's Rafael Leao. Rafael Leao!
লিও একটা কই মারে বল
Terrific effort, just off target.
Well, he looks like he's annoyed with himself there. He didn't do an awful lot wrong, did he?
একটা গোল দিতে
Oh, they could be caught out here.
at any cost
That'll be a
no
throw.
matter what I gotta score bro
Nedved really needed to
Oh,
concentrate on protecting the
draw by
ball.
match হারাই
Then
যাবে
again, he was being very closely marshalled.
যে কোনো
Oh,
মূল্যে
he's
জিততে
managed to get
সাফ
himself
করে নি
offside.
আচ্ছা পরে করবো না
The attendance for this
Quarter of an
match
hour into the second half.
1,550.
Hernandez. Now it's Snyder. That has been slung wide. genuine physical edge about this game. It is quite attritional.
They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time. Well, it seems as if he's just had a momentary lapse and slipped into tunnel vision, because he had good options around him and he failed to get his head up.
আর স্টার্নিং পাস কেন
The less
ভাই
said about
রেগুলার
that
পাস
pass, the
দিছি
better.
ইয়া করে সাবস্টিটিউট করে এগুলো নাহলে এরকমই করবো কামব্যাক দিতে হবে কামব্যাক
Number 10, Messi. Number 7, Mbappe.
Deftly away.
Number 11, Schneider.
Very few chances to talk of, Jim. Defence is, it seems, on top here.
Yes, 0-0 and little promise of a goal due to the shot-shy nature of this contest, but I'm not giving up on it. There's plenty energy on the pitch, not to give up hope just yet.
Kane!
এই
Oh,
এই
the ball's run loose here.
ওই একটা শট নেবো একটাই গোল হয়ে যাবে
Number 20.
Skims one in. And that should get the job done.
Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should
কি
be.
রে ভাই কেমন ঢুকে যেতেছে বল
Rummenigge.
ওর কুভার্সি একটা যা শুরু করছে
That's just playing it safe and simple. Well, they've got one eye on the clock, but the balancing act is very fine at this stage. Go for it, and it could backfire. Sit back, and it may be at a price.
Kane.
Well, both sides might have to settle for a draw here, although there's still a chance for one last fling.
Oh, that's a key interception. Rummenigge. Oh, he's been clanned again.
নেইমার আর বালের মাথা
That was the final
Baller
act of
pola
the
করে
game,
মারছে
a
বল।
nearly game until the very end, and it finishes 0-0. So we
Who
finished
did draw
as
on
we
it?
started. Try as they
প্লেয়ারের
might,
লগে
neither was able to break through.
I'd like to draw your attention to the
So Jim, how do you reflect on what we've seen?
Well,
Yeah,
neither
you should
side
do
could
it,
get over
yeah.
the line here. Perhaps one team might